Not a bad one, Scarecrow.
Right.
I've been called a lot worse throughout my life, that's for sure.
Same. Oh,
I'm
I
okay
was
with people calling me by my first name, but I like to be called by my middle name.
Yeah. Josie, I was
Here you go.
literally just about to
I go by
message
Tell Me a
you.
lot.
You're not allowed to message me because
Why?
I'm not going to answer because I'm having fuck Google issues. No, don't even start.
Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck the fuck off. No, yeah, at the moment.
Oh?
Love you too, Josie. Rare.
Love you. I'm in it. Yeah. Nonsense chaos of world. Let's just say that.
Yeah, me
We have
too.
to do something.
King got love for nobody.
Yeah. Issue.
Don't nobody got love for King.
Yeah. Oh. There's a human. The fuck is that, Josie?
Yes, I've got a human. I've got a human. I captured a homie.
How did you adopt a cum pet that is fully grown?
What the fuck?
You are a cum pet, but you are fully grown.
Wow.
How did that happen?
How did that happen? Oh, fuck.
I'm aged cum.
Yes. You are
Oh,
fully
God.
incubated cum.
Why?
25-year aged cum.
Yeah, this is accurate.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Alright, so today's lesson is going to be on Mr. Whitesuit, in case you didn't read the post. It's going to be about how we give back in our community and shit. So, it's going to be interesting. It's not like 100% like nothing but recovery shit, but it applies to just about all of it. You know, it's all about how we can make positive impacts in our shit and what else we've done and whatnots. So, we still got like 4 minutes or so before the meeting actually starts, so we can still bullshit for a minute. So what's been going on with your signal, man? You've actually been pretty solid these last couple meetings.
I get like 2 bars of 4G right here in the window in my house. That's pretty good. Something about it, I got a new RV, and I swear it just boosts the signal on my phone. I can even get Wi-Fi from way down the trailer park.
What?
Something about my new trailer, it's like the opposite of fuck, I can't think of it.
Like a single wide, double wide?
Oh, no, it's an RV, recreational vehicle. God, I wish I had a single wide. That'd be like game over retirement right there.
That's straight up.
I'm working on that. I'm still trying to get back on my disability. I've been dicking me around for that for a really long time, but when that comes, I'm going to try to move up into a single wide.
Yeah. Are you going just regular SSI or SSDI?
The last time I was on both, so I'm kind of shooting for both again.
Oh, that'd be
I never should have let go of it. Yeah, I should have appealed when they cut me off of it the first time. Everybody told me I should have appealed, but I had a job at the time and I was doing really good.
Yeah.
Which, of course, nevertheless, I should have appealed.
Of course, yeah. Like it took me and my partner 5 years to get him on SSDI, and it got to the point where we were about to have to hire a lawyer to get the rest of it done because we'd gone through like 7 different appeals at that point. It's a pain in the ass. So once you're on it, do whatever you can to stay on it.
Yeah. That was dumb of me. But it was the first time in my life working for everything I had, so I was taking pride in that. I just kind of went with it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I went crazy and threw it all away, and then my COPD cleared up, and I got, like, physically incapable of doing all the digging and shit I was doing.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I do. Like, there is no shame in being fucking disabled. There's no shame in your body fucking failing on you.
I took shame on being a disability since I was 18. I took a little bit of shame in that, like never having worked for everything I had before. That's kind of why I just rolled with it.
Now, dog, in this economy, any money is earned money.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely running me through the ringer to try to get my disability back, so.
Yeah.
And then I got general relief, and they send me paperwork once a month that I got to fill out. So I'm basically just living off $100 a month. It buys dog food and pays my phone bill, and then I get food stamps. Thank God.
Yeah.
I get like 300 in food stamps. Keeps me well fed.
Weird. That sucks. I gotta try to get fucking one more person in here. Apparently, they're saying there's a pin for this now.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't have to punch it in.
I know. I don't think anybody else did. Give me just a second. This crazy Dave wants to try to get on. He hasn't been to meetings in a minute. But I have faith in you, man. As long as you stick to it, you'll get it done. Well, it's just gonna be
Yeah,
it's gonna be rough.
I'm having trouble not falling apart and throwing all of my shit away lately. But no, I'd say I'm working on it, but I'm not really working on it.
So
I just kind of I can give up, man. Like I stopped using my inhaler that was helping my lungs out for my COPD. I started smoking again. I'm just like trying to get this shit over with. I feel like if I have to deal with another 5 years of this, I'm gonna blow my own brains out. So if COPD takes me, like fuck, I did pretty damn good.
So, this is what we had to do with a friend of ours that was trying to get on disability. So, when you get on disability, you get back pay. I think it's for
Yeah,
up to 2 years now. They changed the rules on it a couple years back. So, what you can do is you can find a disability lawyer, and they'll usually agree to do it for 30% of whatever you get back. And
yeah, a third.
yeah, that's all
If I
they.
get denied again, I'm going with the lawyer. I've only appealed once, and now I'm in the middle of the process, so the lawyer can't help me. But that's my
Right.
plan if I get denied.
Yeah, if you get denied again, just go for the disability lawyer because, they only take the money once and then you still have a steady flow coming in after. So,
Yeah,
I feel like personally, had I had the chance to do it differently, that's the way I would have gone right off the bat. Just because
yeah. Well, now that
it's such a headache, especially trying to navigate all of the bureaucracy that's there.
yeah,
Yep, so,
I didn't make it.
yep, he did. There is the Dave. But if you get denied again, just go ahead and get the lawyer in. Dave knows all about the disabilities. It's just it. Sometimes it's not worth fighting your own battle. Let somebody with legal experience put into the checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I just gotta wait for them to deny me or not again.
Right.
Hopefully not.
I mean, hopefully not, but also the longer that they draw it out, the more you get back in the end.
Yeah, but I'm way in debt to my rent. I'm really lucky that they haven't like cut off my utilities. My landowner is still paying my rent and utilities for me.
Oh
My
shit.
bill's up to like fucking $5,000.
Yeah.
I don't have a big meeting today. I don't think I've ever seen 6 people.
Yeah, I've never
I don't
seen
really
Frank come to a meeting. The fuck is this? Frank's never in meetings.
Really? I thought he was in the last one I went to.
I'm in meetings because I'm not busy-ish.
Okay. Are you making wood project?
Yes,
What are you making?
a DM screen.
Okay, dope. Fucking nerd.
Yeah, big time.
Love
Once
it.
it's done, you'll see pictures.
I can't wait.
Huh?
I love how Dave got in and immediately left when Frank showed up.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot lately, and I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't
Starting
know
to
what
take it
that's about.
personal.
Fuck Dave.
Yeah,
Goddamn crazy Dave.
I know. But it is that time, so we're going to go ahead and get started. It's not as long as normal, but I do expect us to discuss a lot more shit. So I am going to blame Frank for this one, though. because he was definitely the inspiration of the idea of giving back. So we're doing Mr. White Suit, and basically the whole concept on it is how we make an impact on our community, what we can do to give back, and what charity means to people around you even when you don't realize it. So, the lyrics of Mr. Whitesuit, if you haven't heard it, describe the local legend in Detroit, a man known as Mr. Whitesuit, who has positive impact on poverty-stricken neighborhoods. He's depicted as kind, caring individual who helps those in need, such as hungry, the sick, even reunites missing children with their parents. Mr. Whitesuit is seen as kind of a source of hope and inspiration in a super dark place in this whole mythos. So the song highlights the idea of giving back to the community and helping those that really need it. The people that are in the worst possible financial situations, the most desperate at times, people that have lost things that are most of the time irrecoverable. So it's a reminder that we all have this potential to make positive impact on other people's lives, no matter how small or big. So we can all choose to be a source of hope for others by doing these super small things. So the story of Mr. Whitesuit's a powerful reminder that the impact that one person can have on our community by giving back simple shit is
Major.
dogs. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard your dog bark before. But how do we give back to our community?
Sorry about that.
Ah, it's okay. How can we, a bunch of scrubs, fuck ups, juggalos, make any kind of positive impact? There are so many ways we have already impacted our own communities, and a lot of the time we don't recognize it. I'm going to give you some examples from my own personal life, and then we're going to discuss it a little bit. And we'll try to point out times when you've made an impact that you weren't aware of. So, my origins in the scene are pretty vague, not super important, but when my favorite parts of the gathering started to disappear, me and a few friends got together and decided that we were going to bring that part of the gathering back. And that was just running Morton's List games. Morton's List at the gathering felt like the absolute best part of the gathering to me. Music was always great, but once you've seen it once, it's still just as good the next time, but that's not the primary reason for me to go to the gathering. So we wanted to make sure that that was still there for ourselves and for others, so all of the fun shit that we like still existed. We continued to do that, but not because we have some kind of ego about what we do or we're even making money on it. It's solely because of what made the gathering so much fun for us. And we wanted to make sure it still was there for other people. According to all the creators of Morton's List, we were solely responsible for keeping it alive and giving them faith for the future of gaming inside of the Juggalo scene. And as from now on, we had 2 gaming conventions that had previously never existed before. We had brand new games that had come out, and there are still new ones being developed that are coming out. And while we did not recognize that small effort of us being selfish and trying to keep something that we enjoyed around, that had this massive rippling effect that allowed there to be so much more happening and more enjoyment and making things just that slight bit better. So there's also the whole Juggalos and recovery thing that I got involved with because I was playing stupid fucking games with one sober guy. But that doesn't matter as much as the overall idea of what we've done, charity work, the idea of just putting more fun into the area. But, we can't always do grand gestures like that. We can't always put all of our time and effort into just doing these simple fun things that matter to us but are ultimately for others. There's always these small acts of charity, letting somebody crash on your couch, just being an ear for somebody to vent to, or just talking to people that really need somebody to talk to. And those are all just different ways that we have the ability to impact our own community, even in ways that we may not recognize. And with that, I'm going to open it up to people in the room and see who wants to talk about little shit that they've done that they feel like resonated with others. Josie, talk about your cum pet.
Oh, can I let him come back because I can't go in Circle K parking lot and trying to do nonsense right now?
That's
Fuck
fine.
the store.
How did you attract the cum pet?
The cum pet has been a fucking homie for a long time.
We got the machine, but no paper.
And exactly, he just went to go try to help me pay my rent. They have a money order machine, but they don't have paper now. Awesome.
So on to another one.
On to another adventure, apparently, of
I got 5.
Square has fucking nonsense to do laundry and pay rent because this is gay.
Mm-hmm. So your homie is coming out to help you?
Yep, come out to help me and help himself at the same time. So we don't cause too much chaos because we're in an area where there's not a lot of them.
Dope.
So
and that
we've been homies for a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
Problem. Bag's gonna get wet. Let's move away from the Circle K.
All right, Frank, what about you? What small things have you done to help others?
To help others?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Things that didn't feel like great effort.
I think one of the things I talked about this last meeting. One of the things that still surprised me to this day is just speaking in meetings and how much it helps others. And having people come up to you later and be like, hey, what you've been saying, I've been listening, and it's helped me a lot and all this stuff. I mean, honestly, I do a lot of stuff for others. If I don't do a lot of stuff for others, then I start becoming an asshole. Or I start getting so involved with my hobbies and work that I don't deal with people.
Right. I feel that.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I don't think I've really done well. Actually, I went to the store today. I was making shelves for the living room, and this old couple was going in. It was either today or yesterday, one of the two. And older, probably 60s-ish. They were just going in and doing whatever they got to do. And I held the door open for them. And they both got a big smile on their face and thanked me and stuff. Like, little things like that, believe it or not, have a huge impact on a person. And the opposite also has an effect too. I've realized, like, if you just start only worrying about yourself and you walk through a door and you know someone's coming, you don't hold it open. I can tell you from my personal experience, I'm gonna bitch you out underneath my breath because that's just rude as fuck to me.
No, I agree with that.
So it's a lot of the little things. I like at one point, I think I still have them somewhere. I had business cards made for good deeds, and it said something like fuck, I don't even remember what it said. It's been a hot minute since I've used them. It was about paying it forward, basically. And I would go like to McDonald's, and I would just hand the manager $100 bill and be like, "Hey, anybody who comes through the drive-through, hand them one of these cards and pay for their meal." and I'd be sitting inside, so they wouldn't know who was paying for their meal, and all they would get was pay it forward business card, no name on it, no nothing, just a pay it forward business card. My dad actually gave me that idea. Um, I have the opportunity to do stuff like that, but there's other ways you can help people. I walking through Walmart parking lot and seeing someone struggling with loading something in their vehicle. I just thought, hey, do you need some help? Even just asking has an impact. Um, and so it's a lot of little things. Hell, just being in the house and with family members and stuff, the little things that you do for your family have a huge impact on how their day's going to be. I've been busting my ass for the last 5-6 days getting these shelves done, completely stained, mounted, everything. And they're done now. All that's left is to put shit on them. And I bust my ass, and I had to take a full day yesterday to not do shit. Take a day to recover because I've been busting my ass. But you just gotta know your limits.
No, I take that. All right, D, I know you've done a lot of that shit. Let's hear about yours.
I mean, I was sitting here when you were talking and asking the question. I was kind of thinking along the same lines of Frank because, like, honestly, the best thing you do is lead by example, right? We share our experience, strength, and hope. So by us going from the bottom of the bottom to where we are today is just that alone, it can be an inspiration to others struggling that have went through similar things that we are doing. But I mean, besides doing that, like, I'm a very I don't know, when I'm alone, but when I'm in a social setting, I'm a social butterfly. And I'm goofy, I'm fun, I joke around, I try to show everybody that there's sobriety doesn't have to be so boring or dull or whatever. I do sobriety events to try to get people out and do stuff they wouldn't normally do. Like this weekend, we're doing a paintball event. Not too long ago, we had like a skydiving event, like, which is a thing, just showing people that, just because you got sober doesn't mean you can't have a life. And then, I'm a treasurer for a couple groups. And then, I try to bring in meetings to the residents where I work at from outside places. And, I just try to do things that will help. And like Frank said, it could be even to the smallest thing, just not being so judgmental and like leaning the ear to somebody when they're going through shit, being that kind of person where they know they can talk to you about whatever and you ain't going to go run your mouth and, judge them for whatever they're saying,
Yeah.
like that can be a big help just to people's, because especially like early recovery, you struggle a lot, you want to bitch a lot, you want to complain a lot, you're kind of grumpy. I mean, I know at least I was, and a lot of people I know are, so just be able to let somebody talk to you and get some shit off their chest is a good thing,
Yeah, no, I dig that. What about you, Mr. Scarecrow? You got anything that's small that you've done for others that you feel like impacted them?
Make sure my grandparents have plenty of wood on their porch all the time, so they don't have to go across the street over to the woodshed to get firewood for their stove. It's just right there on the porch or inside the house. I don't really do too much of a lot lately, but about a week ago, there was a water emergency. After a storm, someone's water line had exploded. And because my brother's the main water guy, I had enough knowledge that I was able to turn it off for the moment, fix the problem, and get it all set back up. And people didn't have to go all day without their water. So I guess not entirely useless, just a lot of little things like Francis was saying.
Yeah. So
I feel like I haven't been doing a whole lot of anything since my COPD flare up, but when I look at all the little things, I try to be there for people at whatever capacity they'll allow me to.
well, let's talk about that as the repercussions of what these small actions actually are. So, what is a small amount of effort from our side is a massive amount of stress that somebody else doesn't have to take on, or a massive amount of stress that's just off of their plate in general. Those small actions that feel so insignificant to us, these things that are just part of our daily routines, our weekly routines, these things that we're just regularly doing, even though we may not recognize them, have this impact and encourage other people to emulate that in a way that you don't recognize. It wasn't until we started hosting games that other people started hosting games. And that all opened up the doors for all of these other people to do things. Of about 7 years ago, I bought a house for a homie so that they had a place to start over. And that person went ahead, had a place to get on their feet for a minute. They bought the house, and then they bought another house and did the exact same thing. What seemed like just a simple gesture, simple investment, something that seemed so minuscule to me, affected more people than I would have initially recognized, because it was almost a selfish act, because this was something that was normal for me. This is something that I enjoyed doing, or this is something that I wanted to do for myself. But those things that I may want to do for myself also affect others in a mostly positive way. And that's the way you need to kind of think about the things that you do. Is while they may not seem like much, they are a whole lot to others. With that, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Yes, Frank.
Something else that has a huge impact that people don't realize is how you react to situations. Your reactions can lead to a major blowout fight or a very peaceful solution. Something that I've been working on personally is not allowing my emotions to be my reaction. I'm allowed to have the negative emotions if something's making me feel fucked up, but I also need to deal with that in a fashion that's not going to hurt other people around me. So if I get angry, what I usually used to do was I would lash out to whoever either made me angry or whoever was closest to me, either physically or, emotionally. And that ends up hurting those people and those relationships that I had. And now, instead of letting emotions have the control over me, I've accepted that I'm a human, that I'm allowed to have emotions, but those emotions do not have to make my decisions for me. So that's what I do. I take a breath, be like, okay, whatever. Or I've literally told my wife, I'm just ending this conversation right now. Can't have this conversation right now. Just if tempers get high or feelings get hurt or whatever, or it's just a touchy subject, you got to find a different way to talk about it. And that is a very small thing that has a huge impact on people.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Anybody have anything to say about how they deal with interpersonal relationships when it comes to de-escalating? I know Josie wants to say some shit.
Look at people taking advice,
Mm-hmm.
suggestions. Okay, I got a smirk out of Frank. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, no. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.